Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Radically Real. I have been trying to record this for the last 10 minutes, and I am seeing some lag on the screen, so I'm really hoping that the actual video itself uh, records okay, and it doesn't have this weird lag that I'm witnessing right now. I find it interesting that whenever I go to do anything, my cat's being a freaking psychopath in the back right now, so that's fun. Whenever I go to do something with like intention, I always have tech issues. And I go into it with the best of intentions to just like get it done, and it just doesn't ever fucking work out that way, which is so annoying. Anyways, I have no guest. This is the second solo episode of Radically Real. I thought it was, well, first of all, I'll tell you I have no guest. I have messaged hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. And 90% of the time lately, I just get left on read, or people don't open the messages at all. Or, and this one's probably the most fucking annoying of all of them, like my cat is being a psychopath. People say yes, and then I go to schedule a time, and then they ghost me, which I think is so weird because this is people that follow me on Instagram, and like I know they're getting my messages and they're seeing my message come through. So I think that that's kind of weird for people to do. Like, why even say like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, that sounds great, and let's line up a time, and then I give them some times and they just never respond. Like, I just think that's the weirdest fucking thing. Like, just say no. Like, I think doing that and then leaving me on red is like probably more weird than it needs to be. But anyways, I mean, that's people for you. I know like some of my friends that are creators don't want to come on because they don't want people to know that they're associated with me because of the type of content that I make, but that's fine. That's fine. So today I thought it was important for you guys to get to know me a little bit. You really only get to see one side of who I am. My headphones are about to fall off of my head, so I'm just batting 100 today. I think it's important for you guys to get to know me because you really do only see one side or hear one side, or you hear conversations that I have with other people. And I wanted to talk to you guys today about kind of my story of how all of this got started. And I don't know, like, I know a lot of people that listen are people that like I actually know in my life. But for those of you that are like subscribed to the YouTube channel and you watch religiously, or you listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening, some of you don't know me, and I think it's important for you to know me. I want to talk to you a little bit about my past. A lot of people don't know is that I used to be a hairstylist. And I don't want to say used to be. I am still a licensed hairstylist, and I still do hair. I did hair today. Just for the love of the craft and to have some extra cash rolling in. And I get to do some really great clients, so I do hair 1 day a week still. But before I started, this podcast and everything else that I'm doing, I owned a hair salon for 11 years. I opened it in 2013. November 1st, 2013 was like the official grand opening of Washington House Salon. That was the name of it. And I think we did like a soft opening on like October 22nd or something like that, just to kind of like iron out the kinks. I will never forget like the very first day we opened, we ran out of hot water. And like that night I went to Lowe's, and bought a hot water tank and had it installed the next day. We never ran out of hot water again. But anyways, that's just kind of a funny story. Before our grand opening, I had to put a brand new hot water tank in. But I want to talk about kind of like how that all came about. So I got married on July 20th, 2013. And that very next day after I got married, my boss called me to tell me that she was closing the salon. And which meant I just got married and now I don't have a job to go back to. Like, she wasn't closing it right away. She was going to close it in like, I think she was 3 months or something like that. I can't remember. Sometime in October is when it was going to happen. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, like I just got married and now I have to try and fucking find another job. Like, what the fuck am I going to do? So I decided then that I was going to open my own salon I did some market research for the area that I was living in at the time, which was in Innisfil, Ontario, and it really needed like a more modern salon. So I decided, okay, you know what, fuck this. I'm not going to work for anyone else. I'm gonna open my own salon. So I went to the bank. Me and my husband, like newly married. I went to the bank and I opened up a $15,000 line of credit because that's all they would approve us for. And I used that money to open up my business. Now, I think it's important for people to understand, like, I was a fully booked hairstylist. Like, I was booking out weeks in advance. My Saturdays were booking out 6 to 12 months in advance. I was busy. So, opening a salon was, I mean, it felt easy to me and it was like the right move, but it's funny because just to backtrack a little bit, when I went to open the salon or wanted to open the salon, talk about opening the salon, my husband's family was so against it. Like they were so against it. They did not want me to do that. And it's just kind of funny. So my husband's father had his accountant come over. So they both came over and they're firing questions at me. Like my father-in-law has the accountant firing questions at me, just like firing questions. And I'm just firing the answers back because obviously I've done my research. Like I'm not like a fucking idiot going to open a business like just blindly. I mean, partially blindly, but he was there to talk me out of it. That's why Rick had him come. And Dave left that day and told Rick, she can do this. I'm not going to try and talk her out of it. She's really smart. Like, I believe that she can do this, which I thought was kind of funny. Like, they didn't want me to open my own business. You have to get a job. I was like, I am getting a job. I'm going to work for her. You got to go work for someone. I said, I'm going to work for someone. I work for myself. Like, this is my husband's, like, family trying to talk me out of it. Anyways, so we get the line of credit and we use that to renovate the space that I found and blah, blah, blah. And so we open up and the business is booming, and 5 weeks later, my accountant calls me and she's like, do you know how much profit you've made? And I'm like, well, no, like, I'm not fucking paying attention to this. I'm just like doing the hair and cashing people out. That's your job. 5 weeks after I opened my salon, I had profited $15,000. And I think it's kind of crazy because I believe in manifestation. Like I profited the exact amount of money that I took out to open the business, which was crazy. She's like, you profited $15,000. I was like, holy shit. That was like 5 weeks in. And from the moment I opened to the day that I closed the doors, I never lost a dime. Every year we made more and more money. Every year in business was better than the year before. And I had such an amazing business. Like it was thriving. Through that I owned like 3 of my dream cars. I can't say enough good things about my life at that time because I had it all. But the fact of the matter is like it was sucking the life out of me. And I remember when we closed for the lockdowns in 2020, the first lockdown was in March of 2020. It's only going to be 2 weeks. It's only going to be 2 weeks. Fucking was it ever just going to be 2 weeks? It's like everyone's worst fucking nightmare. But I remember the first lockdown and I was like staying on top of like calling the clients, moving the appointments every 2 weeks. We would move appointments and then they would announce, oh, 2 more weeks, 2 more weeks, 2 more weeks, 2 more weeks. Like fucking how many more weeks is gonna be like 2 more weeks? Well, it turns out we didn't open back up until like the second or third week of June. And I remember when they announced that we were supposed to open back up. And at the time I had already owned my salon for 7 years, going on 7 years. And when they announced that it was time to open back up, I was like, I hate my life. I don't want to go back to the salon. I have enjoyed so much. At the time I just had my daughter. I I I hated my life. I hated my life. I was sitting here like, "Oh my god, I don't want to go back. This frickin' sucks." Obviously I did. But that was the moment that I knew something had to change and that owning that salon had run its course in my life. And over the next 4 years from 2020 on, I did everything that I could to set myself up to not have to own that salon anymore. And I tried to sell it. I wanted one of my girls to take over. And the fact of the matter is that the business was worth $250,000. and no one could really afford to buy it. And the more and more I got thinking about it, I was like, I just don't think I can sell it to anybody, like no matter who it is, because to be honest, I just didn't believe that anyone could run it with the same level of integrity that I did for 11 years. It had my name attached to it, and I just didn't want anyone to tarnish the reputation that I had spent so many years building as a hairstylist. And, I made that difficult decision to just close it and simply walk away when we were on track to have one of the best years we have ever had. And that was like with people quitting. Like we were just on track to have such a good year. And I decided that it wasn't enough anymore. It just wasn't enough anymore. And I knew in 2020 when I had to go back, I was like, wow, like I've enjoyed my time here at home with my daughter, working on my online business, coaching business people and businesses and individuals and online content creators. Like I built a whole new ecosystem online while we were shut down, and I knew then that there was no freaking way I could go back to that life. And like I said, it took 4 years, but I did it. And I think the biggest lesson here for anyone is like sometimes you have to take that leap of faith. You have to take the leap of faith. It's like what you're doing isn't fulfilling you anymore, and what you're doing is like literally sucking the life out of you, and that it's not serving you anymore. You have to take the leap of faith and do what in your soul is the right move. Like I knew how hard it was going to be to like leave the staff, let them know I was closing, tell clients that I'd been doing their hair for 17 years that like I wasn't going to be doing hair anymore and that I was selling my house, closing the salon and moving to another province. Like I wouldn't even be able to do their hair like if they wanted me to, because I wouldn't even freaking be here, and it was scary. Like, I was giving up a lot of fucking money. I was giving up everything. I was giving up everything. And by the time 2024 rolled around, like I had my son and I was pregnant with my third daughter. And like I just knew that I wanted a different life. I knew that I didn't want my life to revolve around the salon and revolve around doing everything for everybody else. I always had to do everything for everybody else. And sometimes when you're doing everything for everyone else, you do expect that in return, but it is never returned. I keep looking at that open drawer right now and it's really bothering. I have to close it. It's like that drawer's making me crazy. You kind of expect people to do the same for you. You expect people to do for you as you would do for them. And it's a harsh realization when you're just never going to get that. And it's okay because it was my business. I can't expect people to like care as much as I did. But I think I just expected people to care as much for me as I did for them, and they just didn't. And I think like that also played into a lot of why I wanted to close, is just like coming to that realization that you care about people more than they care about you is such a hard it's such a hard self-realization. And it didn't matter. I knew that the freedom that I wanted in my life was so much more important than what anyone else thought, than letting people down, than letting my clients down, letting my staff down. I knew that I had to do it. I had to make the change. It was time. Like I was not fulfilled behind the chair anymore, and I wasn't fulfilled owning that salon anymore. And people thought I was crazy. Like they literally thought I was crazy for walking away. They're like, "You make so much money." And I'm like, "I can make money again." I don't need to own this salon. It's important to recognize that this salon is sucking the ever living shit out of me, and I don't want to do this anymore. And I think a lot of people get to that point in their lives and they never actually do anything about it. And that's fucking scary. Like, I don't know about you, but like, I don't ever want to be in that position. I don't want to ever be in a position like, and I was for a long time, of like knowing deep down in my soul that what I'm doing is not actually what I want to do, but having to do it anyway because like that's just life and that's what you have to do. Like, no, I would rather build a different reality and work towards something else, something that offers me more freedom to be home with my kids, to homeschool my kids, to have the life that I've been seeking. And it's kind of crazy to like look back now after all of like the grief I went through after closing the business, and I will get into that, but it's crazy to look back now at how far I've come because I literally have every single fucking thing that I asked for. I have everything that I fucking asked for. I have a house that's got property. I have chickens. I have a vegetable garden. I get to homeschool my kids. I'm home with them every single fucking day. I literally have every single fucking thing that I asked for. And now I've got this podcast I started. I started in January. For those of you that have been here from the beginning, thank you so much. You have no idea how much it means to me. But like, I have all of the things that I wanted so desperately. And now I'm working towards all of the other things that I see for myself. And it's only a matter of time before they show up. But anyways, once I closed the salon, I spent a good year and a bit in literal, like, nervous system re-regulation, like, boss babe burnout, like, craziness. Like, I was questioning everything. Like, who am I? What am I gonna do with my life? What have I done? I'm fucking don't have any money coming in right now. Why did I close? Should I open a salon here? This is all I know. All I know is to hustle, 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 hustle. And it took so long to realize that, like, I had to just allow myself to slow down, allow myself to be in those moments, allow myself to just be present, because it was so hard to, like, not always wanting to do something, like, be doing something or trying to be there for someone or helping people or whatever. Like, I needed to just, like, be. And it took me, I'm gonna say, about like a year and 4 months. Like, it wasn't until about November of 2025 when the fog just, like, started to lift. And I was like, I'm starting to feel like myself again. I mean, a big part of it too, I think, was when Charlie Kirk died. I don't know why I was so heavily affected by that. I think watching a man who just spoke so authentically for what he believed in and wanted to bring people together. I know a lot of people don't like what he had to say, but like, that man tried to bring people together. He wanted the conversations. He wanted people talking. He didn't want people fighting. And I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but when Charlie Kirk died, something in me just sort of snapped. I don't know what it was, but by, I would say, 2 months later is when I just started to, like, come out of this fog, knew exactly what I wanted to do, what I was supposed to be doing, and what I meant to do, which I've always known, which is just be ruthless, fucking unapologetic, unhinged, say what I think, and show other people that that truly is the way. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I am working on all of those things, but like, I've had a calling for that kind of life for like such a long time. And it felt really good to know that, like, those types of things were starting, like, the creativity was flowing again, and figuring out, like, how I was gonna do these things, like starting the podcast, getting fucking just so radically real on my social media, and in doing so, I'm almost at 70,000 followers on Instagram, and I don't wanna be like, "Oh my god, look how many followers I have," because that's so fucking lame. But like, because I've been so unapologetically myself, because I've been literally radically real, like, just do not give a fuck. I don't care. Like, I'm literally wearing a gray suit of power right now. I started walking down the stairs when I put the sweater on. I was like, oh, this is gonna look so stupid. I have a gray sweatshirt and a gray t-shirt on. But I was like, ah, fuck it. I don't care. And the old me would have ran upstairs and gotten like a black sweater. Like, just shit like that. I literally just do not give a shit. And I think, like, that is part of the freedom that I was so desperately seeking, like, not only, like, freedom from my business to get away from that lifestyle, but just freedom to just be, like, to literally just be and do whatever the fuck I want. And when you reach that level, I like my eye, something, like, sticking in my eyelash right now. When you reach that level of, like, I don't give a fuck, so I'm telling you, something in you just snaps and everything starts to come together. And I want people to realize that the more authentic you are and the more, like, that you do not give a shit about what people think of you, the more people are drawn to you. They truly are. People are drawn to the most authentic version of yourself, like that unhinged, like, whatever you would say to your bestie, how you say it to your bestie, like, people that know you so fucking well, like, people are drawn to that version of you because that is the most raw, authentic version of you that exists. And something in me just sort of clicked, and from, like, November on, like, I knew I wanted to start the podcast. This podcast has been live since the first week of January. I've had some amazing guests. I mean, it's going so good. And I think that, me being not being able to get some guests to say yes over the last few weeks is just like, now I got to do a solo episode, and that's just what I have to do. I'm not gonna lie, like, a couple of times I thought, "Oh, I could just say we're going on, like, a 2-week break and then keep trying to get, some guests, and, like, I shouldn't do a solo episode, it'll be boring, people won't like it." Like, those are the types of thoughts that were going through my mind. I was making excuses. That's what that was. I was making excuses to not do this right now, and it's stupid. Like, I also thought, "Oh, I don't wanna record a solo episode because people are gonna see that I haven't patched, like, those fucking marks right there. People are gonna think my basement looks ghetto." Like, these are the kinds of fucking thoughts that run through my mind, but I do the fucking things anyway. Like, there was a time where I was like, "Oh, I can't record until that's gone off the wall," or, "I can't record in this stupid gray ensemble with my ugly freaking house sweater with my non-binary fucking moose, gender inclusive sweater." I thank Tyson for that one. He called it a little non-binary moose. I got this sweater because it's like my red house sweater. For those of you that are follow me on social media, I wear that ugly red sweater all the time. Well, I got a gray one just like the red one because, like, I just like this sweater. Actually, like, I don't love that it's like Canada. But, like, it's just like a good size sweater. It's got big pockets. I just like it. But Tyson was like, "It's a non-binary moose because it comes with a sticker that says gender inclusive," which is so fucking stupid. But anyways, that's a whole other episode. Anyways, I don't even remember where I was going with any of that, but the fact is, at some point, I wouldn't have shown up. I would have made every excuse in the book. I remember where I was going with this now. I would have made every excuse in the book to, like, not do the things. And I think that's where a lot of people fail, to be honest. Because I was so successful in my salon business and other businesses as well, I knew that it required me to continue to move no matter what, even when it felt uncomfortable, even when showing up felt hard. Like, it feels hard. It feels shitty that people leave me on red, or, like, don't open my message, or say yes and then fucking ignore me. Like, it doesn't feel good, but that doesn't mean anything about me. That says everything about them. And the other thing is I've had on so many fucking amazing people. Like, I'm so grateful. I'm so lucky. Like, okay, big deal. Like, I don't have any guests right now. It's fucking fine. Maybe that's so that my audience can get to know me a little bit more. Or maybe this episode will tank and no one will watch it. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I have to continue to show up no matter what, because that is what I have to do now, because I'm building something new, and I'm showing people that when you show up and you do the work and you're authentic and you show up in that truth, no matter what the fuck it looks like, things will work out in your favor. Things start to happen. Like, between, like, my digital products and my freebies that I have right now and my podcast and my social media blowing up, like, I have so many awesome things going on right now that, like, not doing this and not showing up and doing the thing isn't a fucking option, even when I feel like I don't want to do it. Like, that's just how it is. But that's like a whole other level of freedom that I have now, because I'm just gonna fucking do the damn thing. It's just what it is. And yeah, I mean, it took me a long time to get there. It took me a long time to get there, like a year and a bit. I was just in, like, a fucking fog. Like, I was like saying to myself, "I'm in such a weird place. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm so uncomfortable." Like, I just was in a weird place. That was just the reality of it. I only had really, like, one friend that I would talk to about it, and she didn't like listening to me complain. I could tell that. Um I think sometimes friends need to realize, like, when they just need you to, like, be like, "Yeah, girl, I hear you, and I'm here for you," and instead of, like, kind of, like, dogging on you a bit. I think sometimes people need to realize that, but that's whatever. That's fine. People just they thought I was crazy for leaving, and I'm looking at my notes here. People thought I was crazy for leaving, and I was a little bit crazy, but I wouldn't trade this life for that life ever. Like, I just, I wouldn't. I did everything that I needed to do in order to make this new life happen, between, the chickens and the property and just all of the things. I think when you're ready to make a bold step like that, it's like you can start doing things in the background in order to get things rolling when the time comes. Like, I already had my online business. I already had my digital products and other things that I do kind of rolling in the background. And, I think too, when you're starting something new, there is that level of like uncertainty, like, oh man, is this going to work? But it's just like one of those things, like you have that hankering, you just fucking know that you're meant for something more and you're meant to impact lives. Like, so many people have that feeling deep down in their soul and they never fucking act on it, which is so sad. It's so sad because it's like you have so much fucking potential. You don't even know how much potential you have. And I think too it's because of the hard times where like you have to show up and do a podcast by yourself on a podcast that's meant to like have guests on it. And it's just what you fucking have to do. You have to get really fucking uncomfortable and figure out, okay, I'm going to have to talk for at least 45 minutes straight about whatever topics or a topic or whatever the case is and hope that people like it. It's nerve-wracking. Well, starting a podcast at all is fucking nerve-wracking, and putting it on YouTube and like, just putting yourself out there. But, it's all part of building a new brand and just building a personal brand in 2026. And something I've been talking a lot about on social media lately is like on top of like all politics and ideology and conspiracies and stuff like that, which I love to talk about, is something I've been saying, like just have a shift in my content a little bit. Is just saying like, if you're trying to build a personal brand in 2026, like it looks messy. Like people want raw authenticity. They don't want this fucking polished bullshit version of you. It's not what they fucking want. I'm sorry, it's not. And I see a lot of content creators and they're doing amazing, or they say they're doing amazing. I don't actually know if they are, but I see a lot of content creators out there saying things like, oh, you have to say it like this and you got to make videos like that. And you got to like, sorry, I need to have a sip of my Diet Pepsi here. I'm not sponsored, but I should be. Diet Pepsi. Pepsi. I do like a cold Diet Pepsi from time to time. Pepsi. You want to send me some Pepsi? With my 64 YouTube subscribers? Oh, fuck. I don't even remember what I was talking about. My mind is fried. My mind is fucking fried. But at the end of the day, guys, all of this is about building a personal brand. I remember now. That's how shot my brain is. Like, I'm ridiculous. If you're building a personal brand in 2026, the most authentic version of you is what people want to see. People don't care about your wall. They don't care about your stupid gray sweater and your gray shirt. They don't give a shit about any of that. They want raw authenticity. And I've seen content creators saying things like, well, you need to have like a pattern interrupt, and you need to change spots when you're recording videos, and you need to stand, or you need to, don't hold your mic like this, hold your mic like this. Just fucking put the phone in front of your face and hit record and say what's on your heart. And literally say what you think about anything, because that is the type of shit that people want to see now. They don't want to see some curated bullshit. Like, that's just not what people want to see anymore. Nobody wants to fucking see that shit. And I'm sorry, but it's fucking true. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, that's not true. It is fucking true. No one wants to see that shit. They don't fucking care about your, perfectly curated Instagram feed. And my Instagram feed's a fucking mess. Honestly, it is. Nobody gives a shit about any of that stuff anymore. They just don't. They want that raw, authentic shit. But most importantly, they want to do that too. People want to show up in that truth, in that rawness. They want to see themselves in you. And they're not going to be able to see themselves in you if you're acting like a fake ass bitch. Like, they won't. And I see it so much, it fucking makes me sick. It's like I have like fake radar. It goes off and I'm like, oh man, this person's being so fucking inauthentic. Because you just fucking know that they are. It's like it's such a turn off. And it's not the way to build a brand in 2026. And here's the thing, like, I know branding and marketing. I owned a business, a brick and mortar business for 11 years. I've been an entrepreneur for almost 25 years. I've owned multiple different businesses. Trust me, I fucking know a thing or two about sales and marketing and branding. People want your fucking raw, authentic voice. I think if you look to some creators, you can tell the ones who are just like being fake ass bitches. They just are. Like pretending to be someone that they're not, or like they think that that's the way. Oh, if I just make content like so and so, then I'll be seen, or whatever the case is. No, you know what's gonna get you seen? Showing up with fucking no makeup on, your hair in a mom bun, your gray ass fucking hair sticking out everywhere like mine are right now, and your ugly fucking house sweater. That's what's gonna get you seen. No one gives a shit about your perfect content or how you hold your fucking microphone like Oh, I gotta hold my microphone like this. Oh, I gotta hold it like this off to the side. Oh, I've gotta change scenes. Just gotta go outside and finish my video out here for that pattern interrupt. Like, no one gives a shit about your pattern interrupt. They don't give a shit. They want to see themselves in you. If you're being a fake ass bitch, it's impossible for that to happen. So, anyways, I had started working towards or working on my personal brand and my digital products, my online courses, and I'm building some amazing online courses right now, guys, like just fucking amazing about mindset and authenticity and creating content about around being the most fucking authentic version of yourself. And I'm so excited to share, everything. My first one that's coming up, I don't quite have a name for it yet, but it's just really going to show you how to unleash the most fucking powerful, unhinged version of yourself. I'm so excited to release it. It's going to be only $47. Like, I'm going to keep these little little online programs affordable and accessible so that people can, of course I'm going to have some high ticket stuff because there are going to be different high ticket things. But I am going to have a lot of programs that are accessible to people that like just want to feel a shift in their mindset and in their life. And like, if you're feeling the pull, if you're feeling like, okay, like I am feeling like I'm meant for more, I am feeling like whatever I'm doing right now is sucking the life out of me, I am feeling like whatever I have going on right now, it's just not enough. Like, if you're feeling all of those fucking things, it's time to make a change, baby. Like, it is time to make a change. It's time to go all in on you, go all in on yourself, whatever that looks like, whatever that looks like. Take a leap of faith and just fucking go for it. And you can buy my $47 course. It's really going to help you. Maybe by the time this podcast comes out, it will be in the show notes. So check to see if it's in the show notes because it's very possible that it will. I have an amazing episode coming out on Tuesday with Mickey Loren, the political mixter, on Instagram. She's the most incredible human being. So I hope you guys really love that episode. This one will come out on June 9th, the following week. And yeah, maybe I'll have to do some solo episodes for a while because people, are flaky. Anyways, now that I'm in a place where like things are starting to like look up, where, my digital product business is moving, my social media is booming, like it feels so good to like be on the other side of like that boss babe burnout and like hustly culture. Now here's the thing, I'm still hustling. I still create like a lot of content every single day and I'm still working. When my husband gets home from work, like I come downstairs and I'm working on multiple different things between editing my podcast, making clips for the podcast, making content for my digital products, making content for my online courses, and just various other things that I do. I still am hustling, but I'm hustling on things that like really light me up and helping other people and all of that stuff. And I think if I could have you guys, walk away from today's episode with anything, it would honestly, truly be that you are allowed to outgrow something that you've built. Like, success on paper is not the same as freedom. And a lot of people think that money equals freedom, and it does in a way. But like, say you have a really great high paying job and it's like literally fucking soul sucking. It's like sucking the life out of you. And like, you have something else that you want to do, or that you're meant for something else. You're just like scared to take that leap. Sometimes it's that leap of faith that brings you the most amazing abundance in your life. Like, and you have to be willing to see the abundance in other areas, like where you're rich in life and the things that you have before you have the money, and then the money follows. And I know that sounds crazy and a little bit woo woo. I am a little bit crazy and a little bit woo woo, but I think a lot of entrepreneurs need to have like a little level, like a lot of levels of fucking delusion, to be honest, to succeed at anything and be relentless in that. But the fact of the matter is like, if you see something greater for yourself in your life, like I'm telling you right now, like it is fucking possible for you to do that. It is possible for you. It really truly is. Like, I'm telling you right now, you are allowed to outgrow the thing that you built. You are allowed to outgrow the job that you thought you wanted for the rest of your life. You are allowed to want a level of freedom that is so fucking crazy that it seems ridiculous. You are allowed to want that. You are allowed to want that fucking life. That life is waiting for you to show up for it. And I know that sounds crazy, but it does. It's waiting for you. The most raw, authentic version of yourself is the person who's gonna make that happen. If you are having those deep, deep thoughts of, "I know I'm meant for more. I know there's someone in there that needs to come out," it's like you can feel them wanting to come out. You can feel, like, the I don't know how to explain it, but you can just feel it. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know it. You fucking know it. You know you have a life skill that you want to share with the world, or you want to make an impact. You want to, whatever it is you want to do. You know what I'm talking about. You know the feeling. You know it's fucking in there. And my course that's coming is going to show you how to pull it out, and it's going to show you how to become that person. I'm so fucking excited, guys. I hope you guys listen to this. I mean, fuck, maybe it'll get no reach. Maybe a million people will see it. I don't fucking know. But all we can, all I can do is hope and continue to move no matter what, even if no one sees it. You can't let the moments that feel like failure determine what you do next. You need to take the moments that feel like failure and just move matter what, because failure is just a feeling. It's not real. We can change how we feel. You're not failing. Just need to keep going. Try something different. Anyways, guys, that is it for today. I think I did pretty good. That's 40 minutes just fucking riffing and talking. I think that looks pretty fucking good. If you made it to the end of this episode, as I always say, message me. I would say message us, but there's no one fucking here with me. Message me. Let me know what you think. Would you like to hear more solo episodes? Did you like this? Is there anything else you want to know about me and my past as an entrepreneur? I mean, I have a lot of things in my past that I'd love to talk about. And in the coming weeks, if I don't get any guests, you're going to be learning a lot about me. Whatever. It's embarrassing, but it's fine. I'm owning that shit. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit like, subscribe, leave us a comment on YouTube. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, I would love a 5-star review. That helps so much. If you're listening on Spotify, please leave a comment. I don't get very many of them. I think I've only had like 3, but I do respond to them. They do mean a lot to me. And subscribing on YouTube really helps. And hopefully you made it to the end of this episode. And if not, well, whatever. I just talked for 41 minutes and no one listened, and that's okay too. Thanks, guys. I fucking love you, and I'll see you next time.